Actually, I can't understand you. I think the dam conflict is already over, yet in your head it's still going, isn't it? Oh no, it's over. I can't even imagine hearing that noisy yelling in my head anymore. You've got to be kidding me. Then what's wrong with the Sonozaki family visiting his grave? I don't. Fine, who cares? Visiting his gravesite. Come on, move over. I brought something for him too. Akane takes out a small wrapping from her bag and puts it in front of the grave. I see that wrapping every year. What's in it? This is ohagi, specially made by my evil grandma. Drinkers usually don't like sweets, so she made it without adding sugar. Are you saying Oryu made ohagi for the site manager's anniversary? She does every year. You just said you see it every year, didn't you? Oishi is stunned. Oryu is the Onagafuchi Guardian's hawk. There's no question about that. He believes she was the mastermind behind the old guy's murder. He just can't believe she has been making ohagi every year on his anniversary. Hey, don't look like that. Let's not do this anymore, okay? Do what? Pretend that the Sonozaki family shouldn't visit the grave of the damn site manager. It's almost the 60th year of the Showa era. The era name may change in a few years. How much longer are you planning to drag out this war, from which is already over? Please, I don't even want to think about that war. There's nothing better than peace. The governor was at fault. They should think about what they've done. But we were at fault too. That's why we have regrets. And when things are done, that's it. There is no point dragging it out. We need to wrap up the old era, and the young people need to create a new era. What happened was very unfortunate, and I regret that the old man had to die. But if he had still been alive, we could have got drunk together and made up. But he's dead, so I can't make up with him. It's very sad. Well, that's what happens when someone dies. Thanks for stating the obvious there. But you're still alive. That's right, I am. And so are you. Then maybe a day will come when we can get along, huh? I don't know about that. Shion, why don't you give this to the priest? And then wait in the car, okay? Sure. Akane takes out an envelope from her pocket and gives it to Shion. Shion takes the envelope and bows to Oishi, then runs. During the dam conflict, I thought she was such a feisty little girl. She has grown up. How long do you think it has been since the dam conflict? She has hit her puberty and we went bra shopping together. She isn't a little girl anymore. That's how long it's been. Yeah, many years have passed. Time is dense for young people, but it's feeble for old folks. The old ones are the ones who don't change. But young people keep growing. And before we know it, they pass us by. We simply withdraw ourselves and watch over the young ones. See how it works? Yeah, I guess. Can't believe I'm getting a talking to from the evil princess of Shishabone, Sonozaki Akane. Yeah, I can't believe you still remember that name. I'm a lady of Shishabone nowadays, you know. I'd appreciate it if you kept that name to yourself. Yeah, I guess since the damn conflict is over now, huh? That's right. It's all over. The two of them watch Shion and the priest exchange words in front of the main temple building. Neither says anything, but there is a comfortable atmosphere. There's no breeze, a cabbage white butterfly flies around them. You're supposed to be working, but how about a glass of cold sake with me? Maybe not today. I have to drive, so... and so do you, right? That's too bad. Well, maybe next time, huh? God, this is so fucking weird. Jesus Christ. Yeah, next time. Something has been sitting inside of Oishi starts to melt away. Something very crusty is melting away. I better get going. Your daughter is waiting too, right? Yeah, that's right. We've gone through a lot. But let's forget about it all. How about that? We'll have a party one of these days, okay? We will. Akane turns around with a big smile on her face. But suddenly it changes to a croquet-ish smile. Hey, Oishi. Since we made up just now... I got a traffic ticket yesterday. And I just ripped it because I was mad. Oh my god, damn it. That's so fucking... Come on. Do you think you can do something about that? Fuck off. No. Pay the fucking ticket. Come on. Just go over to the nearest police station for that. Maybe I can give you a priority spot in the waiting line. Shit. What are your friends for? What are our friends for, huh? The laughter of the two echoes under the blue sky. That's so fucking... That's just weird. Thank you for waiting, Nomura. No, sorry. I'm talking to a woman on the phone. So how is everything going? Everything is going great. Tomorrow is the festival. I see. That's great. First Lieutenant Tomitake will be in an accident tomorrow night. H173. The medicine, which is supposed to be destroyed, will be ministered in either way. It will be a very pitiful end. What an interesting opening. We've already finished the forgery of the proceedings. It will show that Lieutenant Colonel Ire is trying to sell the research to a foreign country so he can continue the research. The murder of Tomitake will be part of it. Yes, that will be the first step of the board of directors to become suspicious of the Ire institution. We're taking care of all of that, so don't worry. Also, what should we do if that happens? If what happens? I mean, what if First Lieutenant Tomitake agrees to take the takeover? He isn't included in the takeover operation, is he? Actually, yes, because he is an auditor of the board of directors. If he becomes our ally, he may be a benefit for us. According to our analysis, even if he changes his position, there won't be much for us to gain. Why add another unnecessary worry to our operation? You're right. Sorry about that. I thought we might be able to use him for something, that's why I suggested it. I'm glad it doesn't matter. We'll go with the original plan then. I think that would be better. I'll get in touch with you again. Goodbye. Thanks, bitch. For a while I keep holding the telephone receiver lost in thought. Then I put down the receiver and dial a phone number I know very well by now. Hello. Economy Hotel Oknomiya, how may I assist you? Hello. Could you connect me to room 406, Tomitake's room? Please tell him Takano is calling. Sure, I'll connect you. One moment, please. The telephone operator puts me on hold and I hear an electric music. Doop, 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 doop. I wait for about a minute and the operator comes on again. Sorry, no one's in there. Shit. Sorry. The guest in 406 is not in his room right now. Would you like to leave a message? That's okay, I already left a few messages. Do you know when he left the hotel? Do you know when he will be back? I don't know, man. I don't get paid enough to care about that shit. I'm sorry, I can't answer that. I see. Man, I don't give a fuck. That's what I would say. Man, do you know how much I get paid for this job? No, I could give two shits. I'll call again. I put down the phone before the operator finishes her sentence. Oh, it's whatever. Who cares? This is the third try. I left a message telling him to call me, but he hasn't called. Why? Is he taking photographs alone? Or is he waiting for me behind the shrine where we usually meet? Fucking useless piece of fucking shit. Oh wait, that was Takano speaking. Oops. I thought that was Okanogi the entire time. Oops. That's complete. Okay, I thought he was just faking as Takano. Oh, okay. Okay, that completely went over my head, honestly, the Takano part. Oh, oops. That's interesting. Who would think I would actually come all the way to the shrine thinking he might be here waiting for me? I'm surprised myself. People are in the middle of preparations for tomorrow's festival. Tents are being put up for food booths and preparations for various events are taking place. It is almost too noisy for me, what with people yelling while working, plus the noise from the batteries up for the booths. Man, could you bitch any more? Soon I realize I'm already at the back of the shrine. This is probably the best view in this village. This is where Jiro and I usually meet. Just maybe he is waiting for me here. Of course, that's just wishful thinking. I know God won't grant my wishes. He only tests me, and it has been fun doing so. I look down the village below and letting the breeze blow through my hair. He usually follows me around while he stays in Hinamizawa. He persistently asks if I want to go out or to eat, go for a walk, or take some photographs with him. Yeah, it's like he wants to start a real relationship with a cold-hearted ice bitch. But I guess that just goes right over your fucking head. But he hasn't done that on this visit. I think his behavior has changed towards me. God, it's like he's not as like a puppy for you. Maybe you put him off too many times. Go figure. Maybe he changed because he heard about how I left such a horrible impression with the new board of directors. Maybe he thinks I'm a mad scientist because of that incident. I can feel he's gradually losing interest in me. Oops. Oops. I want to complain too. You always are fucking complaining. Jesus fucking Christ. This whole day has been you complaining. Oh, it's too loud. Oh, he's not paying enough attention to me. When I don't want him around, he is so persistent. But when I need him to listen to me, I can't get a hold of him. God, so fucking bitching. God, typical women. But if I get through to him, what do I want to talk to him about? What can I talk to him about? Right after talking to someone about a plan to assassinate him. Why should he even answer my call? I'm simply running wildly, and when I reach the point of no return, I want to be forgiven. And I want to ask him what to do that for me. Just because he always does whatever I want to do, and he shows up whenever I need him. Wow, you want to treat him like a fucking pet. Fuck you. Who would forgive someone like me? Someone who has nowhere else to go but hell. I don't. Nope. I have no forgiveness. None. Just complete disdain. Is he going to forgive me? Out of sympathy? No way. He'll be surprised, and he'll do his job and arrest me. I'm a member of the self-defense force after all, so that what I'm doing is committing treason. I've been thinking about him for the past few days, and now I realize something. He has no attraction as a man. Wow. He has no humor or style. He has nothing, absolutely nothing. He's physically strong. He has that going for him. But he has a belly. There's nothing appealing about him. Wow. He doesn't care about my schedule. He's persistent, and when I treat him nicely because I'm in a good mood, he becomes even more persistent. Gosh, there's absolutely nothing good about him. Despite his age, he tells me the last time he held a woman's hand was when he did folk dancing at a camp. Furthermore, he tells me that to make me laugh. He's hopeless. But more than anything, I can't stand him when he completely ignores my feelings. I want to be alone sometimes. I don't want him to do anything sometimes. Yet he drags me out, completely ignoring how I feel. Good Lord. Get over yourself. Good fucking God. At least you have someone to care about you. If it was my way, no one would ever talk to you. Because you better believe if I knew that you killed a bunch of people, or that you're suspicious as fuck, nope. I'm treating you like a piece of shit. You're a scum. That's why even when I'm exhausted or I don't feel like doing anything, I end up going with him, which makes me laugh. I always thought that made me exhausted. This is probably the only time I will ever feel this way. I want him to drag me around everywhere, but he is nowhere to be found. Do I really think I don't want to spend time with him? Maybe I believe his abundant affection is something that's always around me. When he took me out on a day, I didn't want to do anything. I was in a bad mood at first, but after a while I was in a great mood, and I found myself having fun with him. If he was with me now, would he take me on a photo shooting walk as usual and explain various things which I have no interest in? That'd be very boring and troublesome. But that's what I honestly want right now. Am I trying to see my grandpa in him? I love my grandpa. He gave me a purpose in life. I needed him. I loved Father Koizumi. He helped me with my dream. I needed him. After both of them died, maybe I wanted to see them in him. Do I just need a guardian? Maybe I'm traumatized by my parents' accident and need to have someone to watch over me nearby all the time. Maybe I'm still immature. Oh, really? Immature. Never would have guessed. My immature side is throwing a fit because it can't complete a toy and says if it's going to be broken anyway, she's going to break it herself. Yeah, you are throwing a fucking absolute hissy fit over it. Get the fuck over yourself and act like a goddamn adult. It won't be just my problem. It will be an irretrievable disaster. But that's the only way to prove my grandfather's article. She's acting like a fucking child. Good God. I believed it and got this far. God, she's so fucking stupid. Within a few days, people at the government front office will read my grandfather's article. They will be fearful of his warning about the worst case scenario and regret stopping the research and acknowledge the final resolution. That's when my grandfather's article will become truth, and his great work will be hallowed. Then his name will be engraved in history. God. And then he will become a god. That is an external existence. God, get over yourself. I'll be called Oyashiro-sama, and I'll expose the Hinamizawa syndrome, and then I'll cast it down. I'm going to complete the 5th-year curse of Oyashiro-sama with Jiro's death as well as my own. I'll become the one who curses, not the one to be cursed. I'll be in the position to test instead of being tested. I will ascend to godhood. God, fuck, get over yourself. God, fucking damn it. This is why, no matter, okay, she's being controlled by other people, whoop-de-damn do. She's still crazy. She would do this on her own, regardless of an outside force or not. She's that crazy to do something like that. I'm going to make the curse real, and I am going to kick the god of this place off her throne. And my grandfather and I will be together forever as God. Gods don't get tested. Fate doesn't test gods. No grief will separate us. I will be with my grandpa forever. And we are going to work on our research together in that study filled with the smell of formalin. It's a scene from the good old days. The good old days. The good old days. Grandpa's at his desk writing down something. I'm in a good mood, laying on my stomach on the carpet right behind him, flapping my legs and humming a tune. Shut the fuck up. I help him with his research by organizing his books as if I were playing with blocks. To go back to that particular scene is my only wish. You never will. You never will. Of course, if I could go back that far, I'd want my parents to be alive too. If I could play with my grandpa's books near him, while listening to my mother cooking in the kitchen and my father flipping through his newspaper. That would complete my happy world. This is my ideal childhood. Get over it. Get over yourself. But that world doesn't have a door to the outside world. So I can't go to my friend's house. Because if I go to my friend's house, there won't be anybody when I return. Nobody. They'll all die in a train accident. So I don't want an outside world. I want to stay in my house with my parents and my grandfather. Yeah, you won't. Sorry. Hate to break it to you. Reality. Reality check. Welcome to the real world where you shouldn't be killing people. I'm a doctor, after all. I can analyze myself. I know that what I'm wishing for is proof of immaturity. If I know that much, why do I still long for a guardian figure in Jiro? As I plan an operation which includes his death, I still try to hang on him. I'm trying to be a betrayer so I can be a god. Then I should remain a villain until my final moment. I'm trying to be a lonely little girl. Then should I remain modest and humble until my final moment? Either way, it is my way of life. Nobody can criticize me. Yeah, I can. I have every right to fucking criticize you. Because you shouldn't be doing something illegal. Besides, if I believe it is right, then all I can do is to go on without listening to such criticism. Just because you believe something is right doesn't mean it is right. Just because if I believe robbing a bank is the right thing to do, doesn't make it right. I can believe it's right all day long. It's still wrong. But I still can't decide. That's why I want somebody to criticize me. I would be that person to criticize you. Every step of the way. You'd kill me. And nobody has ever criticized my way. Oh my god. I would be criticizing it every fucking day. You would never hear the end of it, how stupid you're being. That's why I want to hear someone criticize me. I want someone to tell me my way is wrong. I would. I want Jiro to tell me I've done such a stupid thing and I want him to slap me. I'll slap you. I'll slap the shit out of you. I'll smack the ever-loving shit out of you. I mean, however hard you want, I'll crank it up to that hard. If you want me to punch you, I would. Fuck it. Backhand, front hand, which side? So, which kind of slap do you want here? I mean, I'm open to suggestions here, lady. After you putting down me on, I'm more than willing to just smack the shit out of you. Such thoughts make me realize I'm denying myself. Am I still longing for a guardian? I'm too old to call myself immature. No, you are immature. You never grew up. Because you've been hiding from your own past and your own fears. You've been hiding behind people. Even if I do, nobody else will. Because after she's gone out of that orphanage, she hasn't failed once. Except the only time she's failed is when she got her proposal knocked down. That is the only time in her life that she has failed up until this point. Besides, she didn't even fail. That is actually the first time she's failed. And she can't handle failure. She doesn't know how to. That's what's wrong with her. That's why she's immature. She doesn't understand how to handle rejection. No matter how immature I am inside, people will treat me as a grown person because you are. And they will say I came this far with appropriate responsibility and sensibility. Then I'll be judged before the devil. Will I still plead not to judge my immature self as a grown-up? Am I going to act that pathetically even in front of the devil? You are going to act pathetic. I have a feeling like she's one of those to beg for her life when she's like about to die. Like just pitiful. After all the atrocities she's done. Just completely in a pathetic way begging. God, I would just end her. While she's begging, of course. I'm sure to go to hell, yet I can't be a devil. Although I don't want to go to hell, I don't change my behavior. I will float in a pool of blood and wonder as I drown. If only Jiro was there. His insensitive conversation clear my mind. Why isn't he around when I need him the most? This is the last chance I have to spend time with him. Fuck you. You're using him for a means to an end. I'm glad he's not there for you. Good. I hate my immature self for being so insecure just because he isn't around. I find myself in front of the offering box. I came here when the area's clinic's construction was over and the research at the area institution was about to start. I remember how I challenged the god of this place bravely, and then you got shit on because it said, fuck your coin, get the fuck out of here. I was full of hope and ambition. After going through various hardships, I finally came this far. I even vowed I would be a god. In front of the god of this place. I remember vaguely my grandfather telling me a story similar to that. That's right, it was a story of the Tower of Babel. When there is only one language in this world, all people who lived in one place with one intention. They started to build a tower that would reach heaven to display their authority. Heaven got angry because the people forgot to show respect towards God and tried to reach heaven, and then they got shit stomped. Which I hope happens to Takano. Heaven thought this happened because they only had one language and one intention, and they gathered in one place to talk about such a reckless action. So the language shattered, people were confused, and they were given many different languages, so they weren't able to communicate with each other. People couldn't communicate with each other any longer, so some left in the tower which challenged heaven decayed. Something like that. Yeah, close enough. I'm not sure what the lesson set is. But this is what my grandfather explained to me. To build a tower that reaches heaven is the biggest challenge of humans. It is also a challenge to God. It is a sinful action, but it is a challenge humans must accept. However, it's not easy to build a tower that's high enough to reach heaven. While building a tower, people start to have conflicts. They won't be able to communicate as well. And when they started and finally their intention becomes confused, that applies not just to a group of people. It can be said about one person as well. Yeah, internally. No matter how firm an intention is, and it gets closer to heaven, God imposes limitations on people. In other words, even an iron will can get confused sometimes. It is too arrogant for humans to think they can carry out their original intentions. I think that was grandfather's innermost thought. I'm sure he lost hope many times since nobody acknowledged his research. Yet he believed in himself, and he believed that someday he would be evaluated. Maybe his wish was to be evaluated, not to reach heaven. Grandfather realized he wouldn't be able to complete his research, and maybe he was trying to find where he could compromise. Humans can't build a tower that reaches heaven, but the story of the Tower of Babel is still around. It didn't reach heaven, but it was still talked about as a tower that challenged heaven. According to the story, the tower was left behind with nobody in it. So the incomplete tower stayed in that place for a long time, and it never reached heaven. But if someone sees it, he will be impressed to realize that there was a hero who accepted this great challenge, and he will praise this hero.